Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how narcissists try to trigger you, and they love to do it. They love to upset you. They love to get you angry. They love to ruin your day. So I'm going to talk about all the ways that narcissists try to trigger you, all right? And you need to be aware of this. Don't take the bait. So let me get into it. The number one way, or the first way that the narcissist is going to try to trigger you is to just flat out insult you, okay? Narcissists want to upset you. So they may insult you. They may insult the way you look. They may insult the way you dress. They may insult the way you act. Why did you say this? Why did you say that? They're very critical and judgmental. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, it comes with the territory that they're going to insult you in some way, all right? They're going to try to break down your self-worth, your self-esteem. And by insulting you, what's that going to do? That's going to get you angry. You're probably going to come back at the narcissist, and the two of you are going to go back and forth arguing. And what's this all for? For nothing, all right? And the narcissist is going to be happy because now they know they upset you. So when a narcissist insults you, you just totally disengage and walk away from them. Do not allow that. Don't go back and forth. Don't defend yourself. Don't say anything to them, because if you say anything to them, it's showing them that they got to you. And that's still feeding and giving the narcissist juice. You have to just totally turn your back, walk away, and your direct message to them that you're not going to deal with somebody who is disrespectful or insults you. A real low-down, dirty narcissist will not only insult you, but they'll insult your family or may even say things about your kids. That's a really low down, dirty narcissist. And we know they could be low down and dirty, all right? So that's one of the red flags. I always say that you know you're dealing with a narcissist is because they always hit below the belt. They bring other things in, like sensitive things, maybe about your family. Maybe, let's say your parent is sick, and they may say something like, "Oh, you're crazy mother," or something like that. When they knew that they were sick, or even if they weren't sick, just to bring other people into it is being dirty, and especially to bring your family or to say something about your kids, all right? Because kids are, they're off the table. Nobody should ever bring children into any kind of argument. But narcissists, they don't care. They don't care about who they hurt, and they'll say anything, even about a child, all right? What's another way that narcissists try to provoke you? By doing the opposite of what you ask them for. So let's say you say, listen, we're going out tonight at 8:00. Make sure you're on time, all right? Because we can't be late for this. It's, my boss's office party or something. What are they going to do? They're going to make sure that they're late. They're going to do the opposite to try to trigger you, to try to piss you off. And then what they're going to do is they're going to gaslight and say, oh, I totally forgot. Oh, I didn't know I had to be on time. But they know exactly what they're doing, and they want to upset you. So that's passive-aggressive behavior, typical of the covert narcissist, and this is what they would do to try to trigger you, to get you pissed off, all right? Another way they're going to try to trigger you is, of course, the mental card. They love the mental card. They love to call you crazy or insult your mental state, because that way, anything that comes out of your mouth is not credible, right? So it's just easier to call you crazy or insult your mental state, call you bipolar. This way, what they're hoping is that you start to doubt yourself and start to think that you are crazy. This validates the narcissist and what they say by making you crazy. And they love to say it to other people like, oh, so-and-so, they need mental help, or there's something wrong with them, or there's something going on, okay? All they have to do is say that to other people to plant the seed of doubt that you're mentally unstable, you're mentally off. And what's this going to do? This is going to provoke you. And what are you going to do? You're going to come back at that narcissist. You're either going to come back at that narcissist, or you're going to be really upset, or you're going to start to, doubt yourself. They want you to doubt yourself. This is the narcissist's goal, is to have you doubt yourself that you're wrong or that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just dealing with a manipulative narcissist that wants you to make you think there's something wrong with you. So they love to call you crazy. That's another way, or insult your mental state. That's another way they love to trigger you and provoke you. Keep in mind, all right, you have to be focused when you're with a narcissist. Anything that comes out of their mouth doesn't mean shit, because they are a toxic person. You got to tell yourself this. You got to keep repeating this in your mind so that you don't get provoked. You have to keep saying, it doesn't matter what they think, because anything they say doesn't mean shit. They're toxic. They're trying to trigger me, and I am not going to take the bait. All right. What's another way that narcissists try to provoke you? They're nice to everybody else, and they ignore you in a room. They may come in, they may give everybody else a kiss hello, and they may just walk right by you. Classic covert narcissist does this, and this is their way to provoke you. They want to anger you. They want to see the anger in your face. You have to act like you couldn't care less. Like, who cares what they do? They're not important to me. They have no, effect on my life. They want to go and say hello to everybody else or kiss everybody else hello. Go ahead. It's just showing me that they're trying to provoke me, and I'm not going to take the bait. I'm going to stay very cool, collect, and act like it doesn't bother me, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to upset you. So don't, always know the source. Don't take the bait. Don't get upset. Just, if they want to ignore you, guess what? Now you ignore them, all right? Give it back. Give it back. When the narcissist wants to play these games, give it back. Ignore them and disengage from them, all right? What's another way they try to provoke you? Let's say you're trying to talk to the narcissist. What are they going to do? They're not going to make eye contact. They're going to be buried on their phone, or they're going to be staring at a TV screen. And again, they're going to ignore you and make like they don't hear you. They hear you, but what they want you to do is keep saying, did you hear me? Well, what do you think? I'm trying to talk to you. What are you doing? You're begging the narcissist for their attention. Don't do it. When you start to talk to the narcissist and they're not, they don't say anything, or they seem more engulfed in something else, like watching TV or being on their phones or putting their head in a book, just walk away. Just walk away. Don't keep asking them, hello, I'm here. Don't keep asking them. Now, it depends on the situation. If it's a serious situation, you can check them, all right? Like, I had a situation like that where with my son's teacher, his special ed teacher, where I was trying to explain to him how to handle my son, what makes him tick, what doesn't make him tick. And he was a new teacher, and I was trying to, train him and, give him a heads up. And he completely dismissed me and ignored me when I was talking, because he was a narcissist. And the first thing that came to my mind when this was going on is, I'm dealing with a covert narcissist. He's dismissing what I'm saying because he doesn't want to take my advice, because he thinks he knows better. All right. And he didn't know better, because he didn't know how to handle him. But what I did, because it was a serious matter, I let him know. I said, excuse me, I'm speaking. Do you hear me? I'm trying to let you know what triggers him and what doesn't trigger me. I said, excuse me, I'm speaking now. I'm trying to let you know what triggers him. And then he goes, oh, yeah. And he tried to do the dumb act, like, he didn't hear me. He heard exactly what I said. But that was my way of letting him know that you're not going to dismiss me, especially when it comes to my kid, all right? So he knew not to play with me, because, this is not a game here when we're dealing with special needs kids. In a case like that, yeah, you can call them out because it's a serious matter and let them know, or call them out for exactly what they're doing. Why are you ignoring me? Why are you dismissing me? Call them out for exactly what they're doing. But what they're going to do is they're going to gaslight and say, what are you talking about? I'm just reading my email or something like that. That is gaslighting. They know exactly what they're doing, but they're going to gaslight. But you're letting them know that you know what they're doing and that you're not going to tolerate that, all right? Next way that narcissists try to provoke you. I went through all this. They make like they don't hear you. They don't make eye contact. A lot of times narcissists do not want to make eye contact with you because they don't want to give you that connection. They want you to be baffled, confused, and always trying to get their attention. So when they don't make eye contact with you, it's going to make you try harder, right? Because you're trying to connect with this person, and the way you connect is by making eye contact. So a narcissist may be looking down, they may be looking up, or whatever, and you're going to try harder by over-explaining yourself to try to get that eye connection, and they don't do it a lot of times. They'll make the eye connection when you piss them off and you say you criticize them. Then you're going to see them give you the dagger eyes, okay? But this is a way for them to trigger you by not connecting with you, not validating what you say, not validating you. When you're speaking the truth, the way they provoke you is by just staying silent. This is the covert narcissist again. When you try to say something to the covert narcissist, like, listen, I just want to meet you in the middle. I just want to work things out with you. What a lot of covert narcissists will do is they'll just sit there and stare at you. Okay, they'll just sit there and stare at you. They won't validate you and say something like, no, I understand. I understand what you're trying to say. I understand where you're trying to come from. No, they're going to sit there and they're going to try to intimidate you by saying nothing and just looking at you. Okay, that is to provoke you. And you're going to get angry and you're going to say, well, do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Blah, blah, blah. Again, what are you doing? You're begging. The narcissist is provoking you to get angry, get loud, keep repeating yourself, keep talking, over-explaining yourself. And this is provoking you, all right? So they deliberately don't want to validate you. So when you're in a situation like that, the way to handle it is to say your piece. If they don't want to validate you or agree or acknowledge what you're saying, you just walk away, say what you have to say, and then say, okay, no response, I'm done, and walk away, okay? They love to gaslight you and confuse you and make you feel like you're crazy. They're all about masters of confusion because their father is Satan. They really are demonic because they don't follow God's way. They're not about the truth. They're not about doing the right thing. They're about doing what's right for them, okay? So narcissists will gaslight completely. And what does gaslighting do? It's going to provoke you. It's going to get you angry because they're playing you for a jerk. And this is one thing that narcissists love to think. They love to think that everybody is a jerk that they could gaslight till they come across the wrong one that's not going to deal with them, all right? So they will gaslight and they'll say things like, I really don't know what you're talking about, or it didn't happen like that, or that's all in your head. And what's that going to do? That's going to provoke you. That's going to get you angry because they're dodging the truth. They're dodging the truth or they're blame shifting on you, and that's going to provoke you and that's going to get you angry. This is why people get into arguments. This is why we have toxic relationships, because you have one party or both parties toxic that will not acknowledge the truth, and they gaslight and they bullshit and they say, they use the amnesia card. Oh, I don't remember. These are all the ways they gaslight. That's why I tell you guys, once you know gaslighting, boom, baby, you're going to be able to spot a toxic person. You're going to know exactly when you're dealing with toxic. People say, how am I going to know I'm dealing with a narcissist? Just know you're gaslighting, because narcissists love gaslighting, all right? Another way that they provoke you is by flat out lying to you when they know that you know they're lying, and they don't care, okay? And they don't care. They'll even sit there. This is the covert narcissist does this. They will sit there with a smirk on their face and just lie to you. Like if you say to them, where were you last night? And they say, I really don't remember where I was last night. I was in a lot of places last night. I can't really recall. That's the past. I don't remember. All right. They're lying to you. It's going to piss you off because they're playing you for a jerk and they're provoking you. And you're going to go back and forth. The minute that you see that they're not being transparent, you disengage and say, okay, you don't remember? Okay, well then I don't remember, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm out. And you walk away. All right. Another way they try to provoke you, you guys, I made this whole list of ways they provoke you, is to blatantly insult you on social media, on their social media pages, all right? Because they know you're watching them. So what they'll do is they'll either post other supply, like pictures of them lovey-dovey with other supply, in hopes that it will provoke you to reach out to them and contact them. Don't do it. Don't take the bait. Matter of fact, don't even look at their social media. Who the fuck cares what they're doing? They're toxic. They are now somebody else's problem. And you ought to kiss the ground that you got rid of them, all right? So who cares what they're doing, who they're seeing, or what they're doing it with? Because whatever they did to you, they're going to do to them. And, they're posting all these things to provoke you, to get you to reach out, all right? And also for their image, to make everybody think that you're the problem. Hey, look at me. I'm so happy in my new relationship. See, the problem wasn't me. The problem was, you, my ex. Okay, this is the whole, they're childish, all right? They play these stupid games because of their deep-rooted insecurity. And it's to provoke you and make you feel insecure. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to rush through because I'm going to get interrupted, all right? So they love to use social media to provoke you. They also love social media to also humiliate you and spread lies about you. Like they may say, boy, my ex was a cheater, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you were not a cheater. They were the cheater. But they're going to post that publicly, and other people, their friends, their family, the flying monkeys, they're all going to be like, oh, I can't believe you had to put up with that person. Oh, I didn't like them anyway. Oh, thank God you got out of that relationship. See, this is all the games they play to make you look bad. And what's this going to do? It's going to provoke you. This is why stay off their social media. I know it's hard. Look forward. Don't look back. All right? What's another thing, and this is another thing that actually happened to me, all of this I've been through. A way they try to provoke you is they try to be nice to you after they've stabbed you in the back. And you see this a lot in families, all right? You see this in families. You see this with friends. In other words, they may have gossiped about you, talked badly about you behind your back, and now they're talking shit behind your back, right? And then what do? They try to be nice to you. And what's that going to do? That's going to provoke you because you're going to get angry. You're going to say, how can this person try to be so nice and phony nice to me when they were manipulating everybody else to hate me and not like me? They were talking smack about me behind my back. And now look at them. They're trying to pretend they're being nice to me in front of other people so that other people will think they're a nice person. Straight up manipulation will provoke you, will make you go crazy because they're playing with you, okay? So anytime they're playing with your head or something, it's going to provoke you. It's going to provoke you. And especially if you're a smart individual and you see exactly what they're doing, it's going to get you angry. It is going to get you angry. And this is exactly what they want to do, because now you may start yelling and screaming and being like, why are you being so nice? You were talking bad about me before, blah, blah, blah. And what is that going to cause? Reactive abuse, where everybody's going to look at you like the crazy one. Like, look at this person. Look at the narcissist trying to be nice to you. And look at how you're acting. You're the monster. You're the animal. But meanwhile, these other people don't know that the narcissist was smearing you behind your back and talking badly about you and manipulating everybody else to hate you. That's what other people don't see. They're only seeing the narcissist being nice to you. And they do it deliberately to look nice in front of others so that everybody thinks that you're the monster. Classic covert narcissistic snake does this, all right? So they're going to trigger you by acting dumb, say they forgot things. Now, a couple of other ways they're going to trigger you. I got to whip through this because it's early and we got to get going here. A couple other ways they try to trigger you is by leaving a mess in the house. Again, passive-aggressive behavior. They may leave dishes in the sink. They may leave clothes on the floor. They're trying to upset you, to provoke you. Another way they may try to trigger you and provoke you, play loud music when you're trying to sleep, okay? Or talk loudly on the phone when you're trying to sleep, or if you're sick, and then they act dumb. I didn't know you were resting. I didn't know the TV was loud. Again, passive aggressive behavior. Covert narcissist. That's your covert narcissist, all right? Another way they may try to provoke you is by sleeping all the time, falling asleep on the couch and ignoring you. They're shutting down, they're shutting you out. They don't want to engage with you. It's going to trigger you because they're disconnecting from you. So they'll trigger you by disconnecting from you, all right? They'll focus on other things like watching TV, ignoring you when you're talking, focusing on their phones, completely ignoring you. Another way, last way that they will try to trigger you is by not saying anything and just giving you a smirky smile, okay? Again, classic covert narcissist. This is how they try to trigger you. They won't say anything, but they'll give you a little sarcastic smile with their lips closed, the side of their mouth up, okay? That smirky smile. And what they're trying to do is to intimidate you, okay? They're looking at you with that look of you are crazy, or they're kind of laughing at you under their breath with that smirky smile, and that is to provoke you, all right? When they do something like that, just walk away or give them that same smirky smile back like, all right? That's showing them that you're not going to take the bait and you're not going to react either, all right? But the best thing to do is just ignore them. Don't give them any juice. Just ignore them and walk out of the room and make like they don't even exist, all right? Don't look for their validation. Just worry about yourself and move on along your day, all right? So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I have limited time, you guys, because I'm working on another project, and there's just a lot going on over here. Also, my YouTube is the Game Exposed podcast. I have 6,000 videos, a lot on there. My new Facebook is Narcissism Info by Yaz. It's facebook.com/thegameexp777. Instagram is the Game EXP123, and TikTok, you guys, is the Game Exposed. And have a great day.